So hello everyone, you're very welcome to this talk today. My name is Orla Cregan and I'm one of the disability officers at Queen's. And today myself and my colleague Will Plunkett are going to talk to you about the Disability and Wellbeing Service at Queen's. So you're very welcome and hopefully you'll get some good information from us today. So we're going to talk about how we support students with disabilities initially. And I'm going to talk to you about this in the perspective of then who we support, how you register with our service, the type of support available, and to conclude, I will also talk a little bit about the funded support. So I think sometimes students with a disability at school may feel quite isolated, and you might feel like you're the only one or maybe one of a few students who require support at school. But I think it's really important to let you know that at Queen's you'll be one of over 2,000 students that require support. And this hopefully will make you feel that we have good, robust systems in place that we will then notify the school of your support. So under the legislation then that we work in, this is a range basically of conditions and disabilities that we would support. So it might be helpful for you to have a look down through this list and see if any of these apply to you. So we would support students with physical disabilities, students with medical conditions, and the medical conditions we have range from anything from cancer, asthma, diabetes, a huge range of conditions. But these would need to be long-term and conditions then that have a significant impact on your studies. We support students with sensory impairments, and that would be students with a visual impairment or hearing impairment. And a large group of our students then would have specific learning difficulties. This would be students with dyslexia, dyspraxia, or dyscalculia. We would also then work with students with mental health difficulties. So these would be a group of students who would have a mental health diagnosis, and again possibly treatment in place. And again, this would have a significant impact on their studies. We also support students on the autistic spectrum. So these are the range of conditions really and disabilities we would support. So what I would really like to emphasise today in this talk, and if nothing else you take away from this talk today, is that we would really encourage you to disclose your disability as soon as possible. This really helps us then to contact you early on, well before you start Queen's. So we would ask you to disclose, if possible, on your UCAS application form. Now you'll be completing those then this autumn. And what I would ask you to do is to tick the box to say you have a disability on your UCAS application. So what this does, this has no bearing whatsoever on your getting into Queen's in the admissions process, but it gives us a list of students that we need to contact. And we may even contact you in the summer before you start Queen's. So we would ask you to register with our service, to complete a questionnaire for us, and to provide medical evidence. We will give you the information about what the medical evidence should look like, and that will all be notified to you. So when you've completed the questionnaire and uploaded your medical evidence to us, we will contact you then with an appointment. And you will meet with me or with one of my colleagues, the other disability officers. So that appointment is very informal. It's a conversation to look at your medical evidence, maybe to think about what support you had in school and what support you might need for this new course. So we will then list this, all of your supports, and they will be sent over to the school you are going to attend. So the good thing about that is the school will have advance notice of your support. And this is called your Individual Student Support Agreement, and you will also have a copy of this. So when that goes to the school, you then don't have to explain yourself to every one of your lecturers. So we will also talk to you about funded support, and I'm going to come on and talk about that in more depth soon. So please be reassured as well that if you have a change in your condition, you have a new condition, or perhaps you might want to talk to us about some of your support, you might want to change that, then you can always contact us during your studies to make another appointment. So I thought it might be helpful. We're talking in theory at the minute then about supports and what that might look like, but we thought it might be very helpful for you to see what some of these reasonable adjustments might be. Now, obviously, this will depend on your condition, the medical evidence that you give us, and then obviously your course. So some courses in Queen's may not have exams, for example. But on the left-hand side here, some of the supports would include flexibility with deadlines, permission for you to record your lectures, and extended library loans. And on the right-hand side, we would want to talk to you about exam support. So you may have had extra time in school, and we could put that in place again. And for example, if you were dyslexic, then we would give consideration for spelling and grammar. And for a lot of our students, an important support is that they can do their exams in a smaller venue. So again, this would just depend on your condition and the course that you were going to do with us at Queen's. So now I would like to talk to you about Disabled Students Allowance, and this is what we call funded support. So this fund comes from your Education Authority, and it's very important for you to apply for this. The reason why, you would be able to get some equipment from your Education Authority and maybe some really good assistive software. You may be able to have a non-medical helper person, and that might be a note taker or a dyslexia tutor. And that is really, really important support for you, as well as the internal support I've just talked about. So it's non-means tested, and usually the equipment is yours to keep. So I'm going to talk to you now then about this process. So firstly, it's important to know that the DSA application process can take quite a while. Sometimes it can be up to 12 or 14 weeks from application to you actually receive your equipment. So as I said before, I would please encourage you to apply for this, perhaps even in May and June time before you start university. So you need to check then with your Education Authority what form and what evidence you have to send to them. And you can see we've given a list of some of the students that might live in Scotland or England. And if you're a student from the Republic of Ireland, please contact us directly and we'll tell you how to apply for that fund. So you will fill in your form, send the evidence to your Education Authority, and they will send you out a letter to say you've been approved. And then you will have what we call a needs assessment. So that's a second appointment with one of our assessors. And what that would basically mean is you meet with them and chat about this practical support that I mentioned before. And it's a really good chance for you then to see new equipment that you may never have even heard of before or had a chance to use in school. So the needs assessor then will complete a full report, and they send that to your Education Authority. The Education Authority then will write to you, and it's really important at that time to keep an eye on the emails and posts that comes from them. They will tell you what they have approved for you and also tell you how you can request your equipment. So it's really important at that time to keep an eye on your posts, reply to letters, and just basically follow the instructions that they give you. But any student can apply for DSA, and again, just check your Education Authority to make sure that what forms and everything that you need. But I would definitely encourage students to apply for this. If you're an international student watching this today, again, Queen's would be responsible for your support, and you can chat to your disability officer and see whether we can put support in place for you then. So contact information then with regards to the needs assessment or for that one-to-one kind of support that we talked about is on your screen now. And again, you can find these contact details on our Queen's website. But just to let you know, we do all of this in-house, so it means that you're able to contact us directly if you have any queries. So I would encourage all of you, if you do have any queries or you aren't sure about anything, to please contact our admin team. Now, the admin team are lovely, they're very good, and we use this main email address called disability.office. So please contact us if you're not sure about anything, or if you want to, please look at our web pages through Queen's. So we are based in the Student Guidance Centre. Our website has been updated recently, so hopefully it's a lot more user-friendly. And if you want to as well, please follow us on our social media, and it just keeps you up to date with things that are going on at Queen's. So I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this today, and I really again encourage you to disclose your disability and to disclose your disability as soon as you can. So thank you very much, and I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Will, and he's going to talk to you about our Wellbeing service.
As an institution, our aspiration is that our students leave the university confident that they have achieved their academic potential and are equipped to cope with the next phase of their life, feeling connected and hopeful about their future. With this in mind, I want to tell you how the Student Wellbeing Service supports students in their journey. The following video will outline the range of support services available through Disability and Wellbeing Services.
Student Disability and Wellbeing Services at Queen's University are here for you, regardless of whether you are on or off campus, in or outside Belfast. We are here to offer support through face-to-face appointments or remotely through Microsoft Teams. As you go through your student journey, you will experience new things, meet and interact with people from different cultures and encounter new challenges. Some students cope well most of the time, others need some support. You may struggle with your course, struggle to make friends, experience relationship difficulties, or have an addiction to alcohol or drugs that is impacting your ability to perform academically. You may be struggling with things in your personal life, such as a health condition, financial worries, or family pressures. No matter what is going on, the important thing to remember is that help is available. Our Student Disability and Wellbeing team, based in the Student Guidance Centre, offers support to students in a variety of ways. We offer allocated one-to-one meetings with a wellbeing advisor to talk through your issue further. This includes specialist safe and healthy relationship advocates for support in relation to sexual misconduct, bullying, harassment, or any form of hate crime for which Queen's has a zero tolerance policy. Students who have been affected by any of these issues can use the online system Report and Support to get more information and make a request for support from an advocate. We also provide access to self-help materials in the Student Guidance Centre and on our website, can help book you into relevant workshops and events, including our Wellbeing on Weekdays events that are open to all students, refer you to counselling support, offer a coaching service, provide links to external support agencies when appropriate. Student Wellbeing work in partnership with disability services for students with a disability or a long-term medical condition, ensuring all students receive adequate support during their time at Queen's. For information on supports available and how to register with disability services, please visit their website or email disability.office@qub.ac.uk. So, how do students connect with us and get support? Disability and Wellbeing have a daily drop-in service during term time where students can speak with an advisor about their issues. We work out what support will suit you best and how to access this support. We are committed to supporting students to live well and be well. This commitment is underpinned by Queen's core values of respect, integrity, excellence, ambition and connected, which keeps students at the heart of service planning, development and design. Details of our service, including drop-in times, how to make an appointment and our Wellbeing on Weekdays events, can be found on our website. Make sure you keep up to date through our social media channels by searching for QUB Student Wellbeing.
As you can see, there are a wide range of supports available. We offer an accessible, flexible and responsive service that is free to all students at the university. If you're not sure what support is best for you, the Student Wellbeing Service is a good starting point. Students can speak with one of our wellbeing staff in a non-judgmental environment, through our drop-in, or simply by getting in contact. We will listen to your issues or concerns and talk through suitable support options. If we feel you need counselling or support from another external service, we can discuss that with you. The counselling service is run in partnership with Inspire, a local counselling organisation. Counselling staff are all trained, experienced, and extremely committed to the work they do. Students are gently challenged to face their problems, set goals on how to achieve solutions to those problems, and actively work towards those goals. Working with Inspire also gives Queen's students access to a wide range of self-care materials through the Inspire Student Hub, and you can find more details of this on our website. Through the Disability and Wellbeing team, students can also avail of RAPs, or Wellness Recovery Action Plans. This is an opportunity to sit down with students and help them identify ways to manage their mental well-being. This will include building wellness tools and looking at activities that are important for individuals to do regularly to stay as well as possible. We will also try to identify early warning signs that things may not be going well and help you create an action plan to identify the best support to manage your well-being. By developing your wellness tools and putting in place an action plan for when times are difficult, you can be proactive in looking after your well-being and mental health. We all have a responsibility to manage our mental well-being, and we are pleased to offer resources such as wellness recovery action plans, to support our students in doing this. As you can see, students come to our service for a wide range of reasons. If you're experiencing any difficulties or concerns, help is available. We use a step-up model of support to find the most appropriate support for students, no matter what they are experiencing. The university is committed to promoting a safe and supportive environment in which students grow in independence and which celebrates equality, diversity, and inclusivity. Here you can see some responses from students who access the Student Wellbeing Service. Students engage with our service at different points through their student journey. We know that each student journey will be different, with a unique set of hopes, ambitions, and needs. In order to respond to the full range of needs that will be experienced, we will work in partnership with students in ways which are empowering and which build on their own resources and resilience. You're welcome to visit our website listed for more details, or please feel free to get in contact via email. As already mentioned, for disability queries, disability.office@qub.ac.uk, and for any wider wellbeing issues, studentwellbeing@qub.ac.uk. Thank you for taking the time to hear about the Disability and Wellbeing Service. Please remember we are here to support students throughout their journey.